Annie, there are many things in your background to discuss, but you were held from a very young age as a slave. Would that be fair and accurate to say?
Absolutely. Well, starting age 9, I turned into a slave to Muhammad and Allah because I was announced a full adult woman who was responsible for her own actions. Let me repeat, age 9. And then pretty much close to age 14, I turned into a sex slave because I was sold to marriage by my father because he was allowed to do that based on Quran chapter 4 verse 3.
And our hearts go out to you, Annie, and I think absolutely part of this horrific narrative that you experienced. It's very important to stress that this is rooted in Islamic theology, it's rooted in the Quran, and it's also why Ayatollah Khomeini, if I am correct, had a 10-year-old married a girl when she was 10, correct?
Absolutely, that's very correct. And again, it is rooted in Islamic teaching because let's not forget the Prophet of Islam, with absolutely no prophecy, Muhammad, had 11 wives at the same time. The youngest and his favorite was Aisha, who he married when she was 6 years old and consummated his marriage to that little girl when she was 9. And that's why me and millions of little girls at age 9 under tyranny of Islam are announced adult women and eligible to become somebody's wife.
Really horrific stuff. And in the Hadith Sahih Bukhari, it's recorded that Aisha was still playing with dolls when Muhammad married her. Just awful stuff, monstrous stuff, barbaric stuff. And the problem of child marriage in the Islamic world today, in Iran today, is rooted in the fact that the Quran teaches that it's the people who follow it should regard Muhammad as their perfect example to follow. So this is a very difficult, serious issue, and every time they try to do something against child marriage in the Islamic world, the muftis and imams and sheikhs point to Islamic teachings and say, no, it's very un-Islamic to get away from child marriage, right?
And that's very correct. If you would take a deeper look into it, in Quran it says, and we provided you with the perfected religion, Islam, and we send down the perfected book, the Quran, and the perfect example of a man, Muhammad, that you shall follow his footsteps. Muhammad did only 4 things. There were only 4 things Muhammad did. Having many wives and sex slaves of all ages, backgrounds, and race. He killed non-Muslims when he felt like they are not going to convert. He lied to convert non-Muslims, and he took their money under name of zakat, which is Islamic tax to provide money for jihad. That's all Muhammad did. He didn't do anything outside of those 4. And today, if you look at any Islamic leader, a supreme leader, a mufti, an imam, a president of Islamic countries, that's the same 4 things they do. They love doing that. They're not going to let anyone touch it or reform it or make it moderate.
Annie, we know that Joy Behar and all those women on The View, they really care about women's rights. Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper on CNN, they really care about women's rights. Rachel Maddow on MSNBC really cares about women's rights. Will you hold your breath waiting to be invited on those channels and shows to discuss what we just discussed?
I do not have a death wish. For that, I'm not doing it. No. None of these people are ever going to even acknowledge my existence, let alone ever giving me a voice. Remember, I don't fit their narrative, Jamie. If they ever have me on the show, I will demolish the perfect picture of Linda Sarsour and Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omars. They can't have that.
Yeah, I really thought that the left cared about women. So confusing.
Well, hold on, Jamie. I need to ask you this. Are we talking about women as women Or are we talking about women who were men then decided to be women? Or are we talking about, yeah, I'm already confused. That's left narrative for you.